Hey, it's Brian Todd, and what I want to talk to you a little bit about today is how much does it actually cost to go on a cruise? So, I get asked all the time how much it costs to go on a cruise, but what I want to talk to you about is what it actually costs. So, obviously, there's a wide range of prices when it comes to cruising. There are deals out there all over the place. Um, if you book in advance, you can find deals to the Caribbean, for instance, for $599 for an inside cabin, $799 for an outside cabin. Um, which is really good, and it sounds good in theory. And you can even find cheap airfare, so it starts to sound like a really good deal um, until you get on the actual ship, and so that becomes part of the big problem. My wife and I started cruising several years back with Royal Caribbean, and we were in for a huge wake up call. Beautiful ship. Got a smoking deal, just a incredible deal. I think it was around $7.99 or $8.99 for a balcony outside cabin with an ocean view. I mean, it was tremendous. It was so beautiful. Um, but then here's what they don't tell you: that they start nickeling and diming you the second you walk in. You can only take so much stuff on board in terms of, you know, let's say water, for instance, bottles of wine. I think you can bring one per person. Um, Regular alcohol, you can't bring at all. Um, and then they start trying to kind of upsell you on everything. Everything that you want to do is another charge. And what happened on my wife's and my first cruise was a huge shock. We thought we were paying one price, and we handed over the credit card when we checked in, saying, I'll just charge everything to the room, thinking that, well, we had prepaid for everything. All the dinners are included, everything's included, and it's a great deal. And we were really shocked that at the end of the trip we owed over $1,000 on our credit card, and they automatically charged it. And now, why was this the case? Well, again, they nickel and dime you for every single thing. You want a cruise excursion. Well, that's going to cost you, and it's going to cost you big. It's not, the cruise excursions are not inexpensive. They're organized by the cruise line. They definitely get kickbacks on those, on the deals that they organize on shore, and they can go anywhere from, say, $50, $60 per person on up to several $100s per person. Well, add that up over the course of, say, a 7-day cruise where you're in 3 or 4 ports, and boy, that can add up very quickly. And that's not even the beginning of it. I mean, there's so many different little things that they will go after you for, money-wise. You're automatically charged for essentially your tip every day for the entire staff, and that can be $15, $20 a day. You want a bottle of water. You open a bottle of water in the room, and it's $4. You do this, you do that, you do whatever, and it starts adding up and up and up, and it's insane. And I'm telling you, you really feel like you haven't spent anything extra. You've kind of, even if you prepped yourself, you feel like you know what's going on. You feel like there's going to be maybe some extra charges here and there. But unless you're prepared, you're really going to be very shocked when you get that credit card bill at the end of the time. Or if you don't pay by credit card, you're going to owe quite a bit at the end of the cruise. And so we learned our lesson by going out and finding Intelligent Cruiser, which on our last cruise basically allowed us to save tons of money. We essentially spent only $200 extra on top of what we had, thought was a great deal, which was, I think, $6.99 for an outside cabin to the Caribbean. And the way we were able to do it is we were able to learn from David here, essentially, learn from his 10 years of working at a major cruise line. And again, we went on Royal Caribbean, love Royal Caribbean, but they definitely, just like every cruise line, will nickel and dime you to death. So how do we get out so easy or get off so easy this last time? Well, we followed David's advice. David Kirkland, has been worked for a cruise line for 10 years, and he really understands the ins and outs of exactly how and why a cruise ship makes money. Um, it's very important to understand why and how the cruise ship actually makes its money, and what sorts of things they try to upsell you on. And so what David has done is he's put together a program called Intelligent Cruiser. And what I love about it is that not only did it save us a whole bunch of money. I mean, think back to my first cruise with my wife where we spent over $1,000 extra. That was just a complete shock. To our last cruise last November where we spent only $200 extra, and it wasn't even a shock. It's just because we knew what to do. So what David does is he walks you through everything that that the cruises try to do to you, so you're well prepared. And as you can see, I mean, they even try to hire him as a consultant sometimes, just to stop him from revealing all this kind of information. But why should he? He's doing fine with this program, obviously. And I really recommend it because he's going to teach you all these different mistakes that most passengers actually make. And the thing that we learned last time was how you can actually be treated like royalty and actually spoiled by crew members just by knowing what to do. How you book your room, what you say, those sorts of things. There's certain ways of how you hold yourself out to where you can actually be treated like royalty on a cruise. He's going to teach you all sorts of savings techniques that most people don't even know exist. He also, and this one's pretty interesting, he can teach you how to cruise for free for the rest of your life. I haven't personally done this yet, but we're starting to cruise more and more. So this is one that my wife and I will definitely, start to use to our benefit. This is a biggie too. You slash the cost of every spa and salon treatment. This is huge on cruises. I did it. I've done it several cruises. I've gotten my teeth whitened. I've gone and gotten massages. My wife's gotten her hair done. Let me tell you, it adds up very, very quickly. Very expensive. David's going to teach you how to cut those costs by 50%. So essentially what this program's all about is teaching you really kind of the dirty hidden truth about what cruise lines try to do to you and how they really make their money. And let me tell you, they don't make their money on the bookings. If they're charging $7.99 per person, just think about this, how much money it costs to build one of those massive, massive cruise ships. It would take many, many, many years, probably longer than the cruise ship is able to even sail, to make their money back if they were just relying on fares. And so they're essentially sticking it to you in every way possible to try to, mark up everything, have quote unquote sales on jewelry and all sorts of things that are going on, all day, every day. And it all starts to sound good because you're on vacation, and it all starts to add up. And next thing you know, just like my wife and I, you have $1,000 or $2,000 extra bill. Or you follow David's advice and you essentially get off scot-free. So I would highly recommend Intelligent Cruiser. It definitely will pay itself back, with one cruise. You'll learn so much on this. It's really insane. I mean, lots of people have saved thousands and thousands of dollars on cruising just from what they've learned from Intelligent Cruiser. So check out the website. You can read the testimonials. You can read all the different information on here, and how you can actually really, really save a ton of money the next time you cruise. So hopefully this has been helpful for you, and I hope you have a great day. Take care.